personally. But yeah, I've got some pretty good ones, over 1,000, and great IVs. Look at this, really strong. Best quality is his attack. Let's keep on going. Sorry my face cam is in the way. For those of you who are on Instinct, you know what these are. Those of you on the other teams, you may be going, wait, I don't know what it says. But this one says he's really strong. Best quality is his attack. His stats are the best I've ever seen. So it means he's got a 15 score on his attack. And the rest of his base scores are also pretty strong because he got the second best rating. So when it says battles with the best of them, that's the best. When it says really strong, that's the second best. So they've got like, I think it's 12 to 14 for their stats or something like that out of a max of 15. But I've got this perfect one up here, and I've got all these other guys, and I've got a ton of candies. I've got so many Growlithe candies, so I'm going to be evolving all these guys, even the ones that say they've got room for improvement. I'm down with it. I'm going to evolve all of them. I've got so many, it doesn't matter. And I'm just going to see which ones get perfect attacks, and then I'm going to keep the ones that are really high CP and have perfect attacks. So to me, perfect attacks is Fire Fang, Fire Blast. If they get a smaller fire attack, I may consider keeping it because they charge faster, but I do like Fire Fang, Fire Blast for defense, and I also like Fire Fang, Fire Blast just because it's really strong and it's a nice fire attack. And if I was gonna use a Growlithe, or an Arcanine I should say, it would only be one that has a really strong attack. So I've got 3 of them here that are pretty good. They've all got the attacks that I want, and I'm going to see if I can get a few more. So let's get started here. I'm going to evolve this guy right up here first because I'm really excited about him. So let's get started. This should be great. He's going to be so strong. 1100 is incredibly strong for a Growlithe. I don't think I've seen bigger than that. I've seen 1200 for a Ponyta, but never 1200 for a Growlithe, so it's one of the strongest I've ever caught right here. Wow, 2557. He's a big one. Check it out, he got Bulldoze. That means, unfortunately, he's not a keeper, but still 2557, and he's got perfect IVs. It's really too bad he didn't get perfect attacks, but I'm gonna hang on to him. There may come a day when you can change the attacks on Pokemon, and I'm just gonna pray for that day, because look at this dude. He's way bigger than anyone that I've ever evolved. I've never powered up my dudes, and I had some that were 2400, but they did not have perfect attacks, and I let them go. But he's got perfect IVs. I'm gonna keep him around. Maybe there's a day that he'll be useful, or maybe somebody will trade him without perfect attacks, but with perfect IVs. Some people really like that perfect IVs. They're just like obsessed with it. I'm like, that's cool, but high CP makes up 85% of your attack power. So I'm mostly obsessed with high CP, and I like it when they have the first or second best for the appraisals as well. So Flamethrower and Bite. I'll probably throw this guy back, unfortunately, because those are really bad attacks. So let's move on. If he would have at least had like a Fire Blast or something like that, I'm like, I can deal with the Bite. That's doable. But with the terrible attacks all around, just had to let him go. So here we go. Another Arcanine, over 1,000 evolving. There we go. Fire Fang, Fire Blast. That's what I like to see. He's extra small. I did a whole series about how that doesn't mean anything. I thought it meant something for the longest time, and on so many of my videos I was like, extra small makes them attack faster, and then I actually tested it and I'm like, oops, not true. I think that the reason I thought some were attacking faster is because they had a different attack, and I wasn't probably taking that into account. So another Arcanine here with Bulldoze. Get out of here with that Bulldoze. This is why I like having a lot of Growlithes to evolve into Arcanine, and a lot of candies, because they do not get very good moves sometimes, and you just have to let those ones go because they're pretty much useless. Like Bulldoze, I'm not going to use that Pokemon ever, and if I did, I would regret it, and it would be an accident, and I'd be like, dang, why did I keep that Pokemon? So I'm like, let me just let these guys go that don't have the attacks that I want. It's not the end of the world. And I've got plenty, obviously I've got plenty to evolve. Now I'm getting down to where I've got like 3 or 4 left, but I've only got candies for 3 more evolutions. So this one's pretty decent. I just want to make sure I get the right ones. Pretty decent. Room for improvement. Oh, I may have to let him go. Room for improvement. Oh, can't let them all go though. Let's see, this one's 975. He's almost 1,000. He's really strong. Let me evolve him. See if he gets some decent attacks. I'll take good IVs. They could all be powered up. Just because you don't catch them as an 1100 doesn't mean they don't have the same max CP as one that you did catch as an 1100. So I like to evolve the ones that are particularly high, and then if they get good attacks, I max them out. And even if they don't max out completely maxed out, like as a 3500 Dragonite, or I guess 3450 technically, but like let's say I have a Dragonite that maxes out at like 3000, that's great. Or if I have an Arcanine that maxes out, you know, closer to top, but not necessarily at top, that's okay with me as long as it has perfect attacks. Alright, so that one, let's see, what have I got here? I ended up with Bulldoze, but he's got perfect IVs. All these guys are Fire Fang, Fire Blast. All these guys are Fire Fang, Fire Blast. There doesn't seem to be a lower attack for the Growlithe. It just seems like it's got the attacks pretty well set with that Bite or the Fire Fang. So let's see now. Let's do some appraisals. They're all over 1,000. He's got room for improvement. Oh yeah, so the top two were the ones that were pretty decent, so I guess I'll just evolve them. Oh, well, I've only got one more evolution to do. So I'll hold on to these last two that are over 1,000 and close to 1,000, because they're pretty handy to have. And then I think the ones that don't battle well, I'll probably just trade them in as well. I don't really like to keep the ones that don't battle well. And it's not a particularly uncommon Pokemon for me. I find these guys a lot. That's why I have so many candies. So not too bad there. Now this one was, he was room for improvement. So I'll let him go. See you later, bro. And let's see here. Was this one room for improvement? Yeah, room for improvement is the worst appraisal you can get on Team Instinct. And you don't want to have that. So there you go, guys. I ended up with a perfect Arcanine, but not perfect attacks. And I think I did evolve one more that had good attacks. And I started out with these guys, I believe. I had two to start, and then I ended up with two that I kept as well. So not too bad, but as you can see, I'm very picky with my Pokemon. Oh no, here's a couple others as well. So I had some others that I had kept from before. So I think I ended up having, did I have 4 keepers? I think I had 3 keepers total today. It's pretty much a lot of evolutions. I don't pay that close of attention because this isn't really a Pokemon that I use a lot. I'm really excited about this 2557 Arcanine because that's the highest I've ever seen, and it will probably max out close to max theoretical potential for an Arcanine. Let's go see what the max theoretical potential for an Arcanine is. Let's go max CP, Pokemon Go. It knows what I want because I searched this a lot. Let's go see it. This is a great list right here. I go to it all the time. I'm pretty much going to memorize it eventually, if it will ever load. Let's see here. Alright, so where are you? Alright, Arcanine maxes out at almost 3,000. It's very, very strong. 2984. I don't know if mine will go that high. Max for a catch as a level 30 is 2715. You can see that right there. So Arcanine, all right here, and the top of the column is max CP, which is total max CP, and then max CP when catching in the wild, and that's at level 30, which is for me. So pretty cool. I love this list. It's really handy to look at this list, and just seeing that I've got some pretty top shelf Pokemon in terms of CP, but really not that close to the very top. I'm still going to be searching for a really big one. That means that out there somewhere there's a 1250 Arcanine. There's possibly even a Growlithe. There's even a 1300 Growlithe out there. Now I could catch a 1215 Growlithe. That's the highest I could catch, and then I could power it up to 1335, and that's the highest a Growlithe could possibly be. So that's pretty interesting. And that's also for a max level 40 trainer. So a max level 40 trainer will still catch a 12-15 Growlithe and then still have to power it up to 13-35, which would be fairly useless if you evolved it and got bad attacks like I did today. So that's why you might just want to sit on those Growlithes and evolve them all in a big group. And hey, if the one that you thought was the best doesn't get the best attacks, then you might just have to think about how it's not necessarily the best after all and keep looking for a better Pokemon, just like I'm going to have to do as well. I've probably evolved like 50 or more Growlithes. I mean, like so many Growlithes. And even the one that I had today, which was so awesome, perfect IVs, super high CP, it's still not going to max out close to 2900, where I'd like to see my perfect Pokemon be. Even though it's got those perfect IVs, it got a terrible attack, so that's pretty worthless to have good IVs but not a good attack to attack with. So at the end of the day, it's just not that perfect, and I'll keep on searching. But that's it, you guys. Thanks for watching my video. Thanks to all my amazing subscribers. I try to keep it fresh over here with all the evolutions and the wild catches, and sometimes some informative videos as well. I'm going to be doing a video about nest locations, how to find nest locations in your area, coming up pretty soon, so you can expect that. And I'm also going to be talking about some Generation 2 stuff as well coming up in the future. So I've got those videos planned. I just have to think about what I want to say and make sure that I have all the correct information. So thanks again, everybody. Thanks to my amazing subscribers. You guys are the best. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. That would be really cool. And peace!